Hi, I'm Dave Koch. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I sure am. Today I'm going to talk about what separates the really high-grade, fine photographers from the rest of us. What does it take to be a top-tier photographer? And how do you get there? And are you one? Well, I don't know. That would depend on who you are. If your name's Mike Kelly, yeah, maybe you are. If you're like me, maybe you're not. Anyway, I think that's something that at least some of us aspire to. And I think that in and of itself may be one of the first criteria. If you aspire to be a great photographer, you are at least hopefully on the road to becoming there. It takes a lot more than aspiring to be a great photographer to become one, but it probably starts with that. And I don't think that that really is where we all start. I mean, we'd all like to be recognized for our work and what we do, but I don't think that that's the overriding concern with that sort of photographer. But it is something you think about, something I think about. Just because you have a camera doesn't make you a photographer. We've discussed that in other videos, and I think you have to have the photography bug in you. I've done a few different jobs in photography. As a television news photographer, I've worked on feature films and things like that, and it's more than just having the photography bug. You have to have the desire to put in the time and the effort to really be good at what you do, and you have to do that sometimes to the exclusion of other things. And that drive, that always wanting to do better is, I think, a key component of what makes a real top-tier photographer. Now I'm going to tell you something that you might find a little surprising, and that is it's not all based on talent. I mean, talent plays a role to a certain extent, as it should, but I think consistency is more important than talent. If you consistently provide the same sort of product and that product hits with people, if your look hits with people and you can keep reproducing that, that will make you a top-tier photographer more than just talent itself. Real photographers will always be shooting, in my opinion, whether it's personal projects, the business projects, things they're hired to shoot, or just vacation photos. And they're always shooting 24/7. I have dreams about photography. It's that bad. Maybe I need to see a psychiatrist or something. I don't know. But, a good photographer knows their gear and works through their gear. They're not... It's not a matter of, oh, look how expensive my camera gear is, or look how much I spent on this lens, but this is the right lens for this job, for the image that I want to produce. And they know what that lens is. They don't have to think about it. A lot of times I'll see people scouting locations. Photographers I respect. Ryan Smith, a landscape photographer here in Utah, is one who does this. Fraser Almeida is another. They'll use their iPhone to go around and find the shot. And it's not my method of working, but I've seen it work very, very well. I, on the other hand, kind of see when I walk into a situation, I see what I want to produce right when I'm there. I see what the framing is going to be, and I just move to that. So there are different ways of accomplishing it, but I think being a very visual person is really important to the whole process. One thing that I think also really shows a big jump into top tier is not just taking the picture and being satisfied, but taking the picture, looking at it, figuring out what could be better, and shooting the same picture over and over and over for hours if you need to get the perfect shot. or to wait for the perfect light. Light is something that I think all too many beginner photographers ignore or don't put the necessary time into. You need to put in time to get the light that you need to make a memorable shot. You don't just walk into a scene, take a shot, and win a prize. You sit there for hours or days, or you come back to it year after year. And I think that is something that top tier photographers know and expect. They know they're not going to get the shot right away. They know they're going to have to spend some time and work on it and develop it. Behind the scenes, top tier photographers do a lot that you don't see. They do all the work that you don't want to do. They do the backups, and they spend the time and the extra effort to make the mailers perfect and to do the social media and all that. If you're not doing social media, and you're the only person in the world who's going to tell the world how good you are. And if you're not doing that, no one else is. And you're never going to be a top tier photographer until you start telling the world that you are. And I think that's, while vain and not necessarily something I want to admit to, it's something that has to be done. And I think can be done with taste, without being, I'm not going to name names, but yeah, there's a couple people who go a little over the top on that. So we'll just let that be for now. Be consistent. And I know we said that earlier when we were talking about your photography, but be consistent in your social media. Always post, and post in a consistent manner. Everything, your brand needs to be consistent. You can't have one logo one week and a different logo on Instagram and all that. You need to have that all thought out. It all needs to be one cohesive plan. And speaking of plan, you do need one. You need to have goals. You need to know where you are. You need to know where you want to go, and you need to have a path all laid out in your mind, clear as a bell, how to get there and what steps you need to do to get there. And I think that's all very, very important to proceeding down that road. You need to really define who you are and what sort of photographer you are. When you start out, you try and be everything to everybody and do everything that you possibly can. And you say no to absolutely no jobs at all. Whatever it is, you do it. You take the job. And that's all well and good, but at a certain point, you need to start limiting what you do. You can't be a wedding photographer and a landscape photographer. You can't do all those things and be good at all of them and be successful at all of them. I love landscape photography, but you don't see me putting that on my real estate page because it's immaterial to that, and it's not where my goals are and where my focus is. And it's something completely different. And I think the further down you go, the more successful you are, the more niche you need to be. And that's one of the reasons I decided to start focusing on aviation photography, because that's essentially my own niche. It's where I can focus myself and really stand out and create a name for myself. And that's not by chance. That's something I've been working on for about 7 years. It's nothing that happened overnight. That's another thing I think a lot of people, don't notice. They see, a new band come out or something, and they go, oh, wow, look at that. They don't realize that band, everybody in that band's 35 years old, and they've been doing this for 15, 20 years. And it's the same with photography. When you become a prominent photographer, you didn't just overnight become a prominent photographer. You've been doing this for 15, 20, 25 years, and you've spent a lot of time learning what works, learning what doesn't work, and refining your look, your brand, and what you do. And when you do become prominent in your field, it's because you've narrowed that to that field. there's a lot of times you're going to feel like you're losing jobs. You look at other photographers and they're getting the gigs you want, or the prizes that you think you should have won, or there's a lot of different things like that. And you lose clients, and all these different things happen. And you know what? That's just life. That doesn't make you any less a photographer. When you see another photographer win an award that you were up for and you didn't get, they're just in a different place in the whole system. You do yourself a real disservice when you compare yourself to other photographers. They're at different places in their career. They're following different paths. And just because someone has more followers on Insta or wins a prize that you wanted to win or something like that, they're at a different place, and your time will come. You just have to, take things as they come, accept them, and work through them. And, if that was an award you wanted to win, make it a goal. Win it next year. Do something like that. But keep pressing on, and that's how you rise above. You don't have to be a top-tier photographer to make money doing this job. You can make money doing a lot of other things that involve photography. You don't have to be top tier. You could be, just happy in your own little community, doing your own little thing, working 3 to 5 days a week. There are different goals for different people, but I strive to be the best that I possibly can. And so for me, I'm always looking at going higher and being better than I was yesterday. Thus my little tagline, and once I get there, I don't know what the next step will be either. I just know that, I'm just going to keep pushing, and I'm just going to try to always, dare I say it, make my next shoot my best shoot.